hour with a ladies match that's been brewing for weeks as timeless Toni Storm returns for another crack at the Joyce Grable Memorial Championship defended by Liberty Bell Danielle.
Well, this one is definitely a big one.
The next match, one fall, 20 minutes, is for the RWL Joyce Grable Memorial Championship.
And here is the timeless one, timeless Toni Storm, ready for her third encounter with Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote. This time, once again, for the Joyce Grable Memorial Championship, which Toni Storm covets, but not quite as much as Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote, eh, Tex?
You got that right, Dandy Don. Oh, that is her favorite belt of all time. And, well, I don't think Toni Storm's going to do it.
My expert evaluation is probably not. Let's face it, Toni Storm hasn't beaten Danielle once. So there you go. It is true that if we go by that particular metric, Myron, the odds do not look good for the timeless one. But nonetheless, as you know around here, we never say never.
But you gotta give it to Toni Storm. She is some piece of work, ain't she?
Hold your golden palominos, cause here comes the JGM champ along with MJ Ferrantino. If you watch us regularly, you already know Danielle Heathcote hasn't competed for a short while in preparation for this match. As Myron points out, Toni Storm's already faced her twice, with no success, and both of those were championship matches. I don't see our 2025 Ladies Memphis Million winner slipping up in this match with her most valued title on the line. Nothing against Toni Storm, who's one of the hottest things in ladies wrestling right now. But we're talking about Danielle's favorite belt. You can put me down as picking a win for Danielle.
I sure hope you're right, GB, because an upset win by the Timeless One would not only devastate Danielle, it would be a major shock to the system for most fans.
The challenger from the Gold Coast of Australia, here is timeless Toni Storm. Her opponent, along with MJ Ferrantino from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's an RWL Ladies Triple Crown champion and the Joyce Grable Memorial champion, All-American Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote.
Alright, well, the build-up for this match has been insane over the last several weeks, but it is finally here. Toni Storm and Danielle Heathcote for the JGM title. As Charles Lucera sounds the bell, they come center ring, they lock it up. Liberty Bell Danielle with Toni Storm pitched up against the ropes. Danielle whips her towards the ropes, rebounds, swings and misses, but a clothesline takes down timeless Toni Storm, much to the delight of MJ Ferrantino at ringside. Toni Storm rounded up for a belly-to-belly suplex by Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote. How many times have I told you not to showboat on the apron? Come on. Running drop kick right to the gut. Well, there you go. German release suplex from Danielle. Danielle rounds up Toni Storm. There's an arm snap and parlayed into an armbar. Right away starting to work on the limbs for a possible future submission. Danielle rolls her over and covers one. Well, that did not work out. Well, quick pins almost never work. Danielle gets a hold of Toni Storm. Has her up, but Toni Storm counters with a knee, avoiding a sidewalk slam. Liberty Bell Danielle whipped to the far left corner. There's an elbow from Toni Storm. taking Danielle down in the corner. She counters with a kick, quickly gets up out of the corner, gets a hold on Toni Storm, goes behind on her, one-arm suplex that flips her ass over tea kettle, and she rolls to the outside, right in front of MJ Ferrantino. Off the top rope, double axe handle to the top of the head of timeless Toni Storm. A couple of quick stomps, and we're already losing control of this one as the referee counts. Timeless Toni Storm quickly back up on her feet, locks it up with Danielle, gets her back inside the ring. Toni Storm follows her on in. There's a right, there's another, there's a chop, and up into a backbreaker from Liberty Bell Danielle. Toni Storm rounded up again. There's another hard whip to the ropes. Danielle goes behind. There's another suplex. Whoa! Folded her in half. Oh, okay. Liberty Bell Danielle going to town here on timeless Toni Storm in the early goings. Here we go. Ooh! Wheelbarrow jawjacker from the timeless one. And a kick to the side. Toni Storm with a dragon screw to Danielle. A clubbing overhand right to the head. Danielle whipped to the ropes. Ooh! Hard chop takes her down. Toni Storm provoked because she really, double boot stomp. She is determined to get that JGM title away from Danielle. And putting the boots to, another double boot stomp. And wow. Toni Storm just using Danielle like a damn trampoline. I don't know if I altogether appreciate that. Danielle dragged towards center ring. MJ Ferrantino urging her to get back in action here. And here's a sadistic little stretch from timeless Toni Storm. But no submission here. Danielle slips out the back door. Gets back up to a standing position. Timeless Toni Storm with the upper hand takes her towards the far right turnbuckle. Head first into it she goes. Danielle pitched from the out of the corner, and look at this right here. Ooh! Wicked Hurricane Rana. Toni Storm covers. 1, 2. But no. Danielle getting the left shoulder up. Timeless Toni Storm debating her next move. Gets on the apron, takes herself to the top turnbuckle. Danielle getting to a standing position here. Here she goes. Double axe handle finds the mark, and down goes Danielle Heathcote. Timeless Toni Storm gets a hold of Danielle, whips her to the far right corner this time. A hard kick to the midsection. This is hard to watch. Alley-ooped up out of the corner by her ankles by timeless Toni Storm. With the upper hand in the match right now. She charges, misses with the running splash. Danielle getting out of the way pretty quick on that one. Danielle's got her up. There's another backbreaker, and down goes timeless Toni Storm. Well, big time jumping elbow to the timeless one from Danielle. He winds up the arm on Toni Storm and snaps it. That was vicious. Timeless Toni Storm being stretched again by Danielle. Again, working the arms and legs. Trying to get a possible submission somewhere down the road, possibly. Danielle Heathcote all the way up on the top far right turnbuckle. Big time elbow drop right across the throat of timeless Toni Storm. There's another stomp to the midsection. And into the crossface. Possible submission here. The ref checking things out. Timeless Toni Storm bent up like a pretzel. Danielle releases the hold. She's got something new in mind. And here he goes. Quick counter from Toni Storm. There's a jawjacker. Danielle whipped to the ropes. Storm ducks under. Leapfrogs. Drop toe hold. Dropping Danielle right on her nose. Here's another cover and a hook of the leg. One. But nope, not even a one. Whoa, Toni Storm couldn't believe it. How quick she got out. There's a snap suplex to Danielle from Toni Storm. The timeless one. Locks her up. Has her in front cradle. Pitches her up over the shoulders. Hangs her up off the top rope. Liberty Bell Danielle catches a stomp from timeless Toni Storm, who stomps the hand and then stomps the arm. Well, she's definitely playing a little bit harder than she has in previous matches with Danielle. She's got her by the hair and just hauls her up and slams her down. MJ Ferrantino didn't like that one bit, and hell, neither did I. Toni Storm in control here as the momentum has shifted to her side. Timeless Toni Storm takes herself all the way up topside and oof! Oh man! Double boot stomp with a little bit of airtime thrown in. Oh, that is not good. Danielle being dragged by her wrist and ankle towards center ring. Timeless Toni Storm again stepping on the hand and then stepping on the elbow. That'll bend your elbow. That's a painful move right there. Timeless Toni Storm right in front of MJ Ferrantino, stretching Danielle. Not much he can do about it. Not much he would do. He's not the type to interfere. Toni Storm releases the hold. Gathers Danielle back up, gets a hold on her. Danielle counters with elbows to the midsection. The Timeless Toni Storm backs her off, gets a hold on her. Escorts her towards the ropes. Liberty Bell Danielle bouncing Toni Storm off the ropes with hard shots to the back. Goes behind in a rear waist lock, sets her up for an electric chair drop and nails it. Timeless Toni Storm starting to lose control of this one. Here's a stomp right to the head of Timeless Toni Storm. There's a knee to the side of the head. Liberty Bell Danielle turning this one around pretty suddenly. She did that for me. She's doing the Hana. She's doing the Hana. Kick to the midsection from Toni Storm. There's an elbow right to the midsection too. Toni Storm rolls to the outside. Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote all the way up on the top turnbuckle, waiting for Toni Storm to stand up. Ferrantino giving them some breathing room, and ooh, man, elbow right to the top of the dome. And Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote in her hometown just eating it all up. Danielle pitches Toni Storm into the ring steps, follows that up with a rolling elbow to the back. Danielle Heathcote rounds up Timeless Toni Storm, goes behind, but Toni Storm counters and goes behind on Danielle. Well, that was a nasty suplex. Neither lady paying much attention to Charles Lucero, who wants them back in the ring, but they don't seem to care. Again, slammed by her hair by Timeless Toni Storm. Danielle back up to a standing position as Toni Storm gets a hold on her. Escorts her back towards the ring, finally gets her back in there. And they were running out of time, too. Toni Storm charges, running spear. Oh, that ain't good. Here's a pin. Could be a new champ right here. 1, 2. But no. Danielle kicking out of that one, too. Close call, Buffalo Bob. There's a stomp to the midsection. Toni Storm gets Danielle by the ankles, hauls her out of the corner. Liberty Bell Danielle on the receiving end of bad business here as Toni Storm stalks her. Maybe sensing victory, could be close. Quick counter, a kick to the midsection from Danielle, who escorts Toni Storm to the far left corner, smashes her head into the turnbuckle. There's a chop across the chest. Liberty Bell Danielle with a hard right to the mush of Timeless Toni Storm. There's a stomp to the midsection. Now Danielle painted back with the same coin, and alley-oop out of the corner by the ankles as Danielle covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. And again, no. Timeless Toni Storm powering out. What a match so far. Danielle Heathcote stalking Timeless Toni Storm here into the sleeper hold. A submission had to happen sooner or later, and there it is, but too close to the ropes. Charles Lucero orders the break. Toni Storm laid out and motionless as Danielle takes herself up to the middle rope and oof, drives the knee right into the head. Quickly rolls her over, covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Well, now, Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote retaining the Joyce Grable Memorial Championship by pinfall.
The time was 10 minutes and 11 seconds. Your winner, and still, Joyce Grable Memorial Champion, Liberty Bell Danielle.
I think that all of us here couldn't be happier at having made the right call for this match. Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote retaining the JGM Championship over Timeless Toni Storm. That concludes Hour 2 of Colisevm Games. When we return, the third and final hour, stay with us.